Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the NBA Picks Show on the LineStar YouTube channel. Alongside Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville. We've got some great picks for you that are available on Underdog. And if you don't have Underdog yet, go ahead, check it out, download it. But the key is to use the promo code LineStar if you are a new user. That way you get a nice deposit match plus 1 free month of the LineStar app. Tyler, last night, I'm riding high today because the Knicks, a 20-point comeback. They come back in overtime. Take game one from the Celtics in Boston. What do you think about that?
I don't know what's going on with the second round, but no favorite can get a
Second
win.
round is wild.
It's got to end at some point here, but then we're going into it today where Cleveland has 3 guys that are game time decisions, and there's reports saying there's very easily could sit.
Yep. They weren't at shoot around. That's not a good thing. Of course, we are talking about Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter, and Evan Mobley. All game time decisions for tonight for the Cavs. Let's recap yesterday, though, quickly. We played a lot of different underdog games here. We did the extender, and then we did the ladder lineup. Overall, we gave out 4 picks yesterday. We were 2-2. We were able to at least win our money back on the ladder lineup because Tatum just got to that first rung. Russell Westbrook had a game. That was a good ladder pick for us. Braun got to that first rung as well. Let's see if we can't do a better ladder lineup today. Maybe try to take advantage of some of the injury news on the report for today. That other extender did not hit for us, though. We had Jason Tatum, who just fell apart in the second half. Not sure what happened to him, but Josh Hart delivered for us, though. You can always rely on those Knicks to come through in the clutch. That's what I'm saying. I know I'm a Homer Knicks fan, but bear with me as I get to tonight's picks. We're going to, again, take part in that extender promo right now. Underdog offering some really cool contests and promos throughout the playoffs. So take advantage of the extender because basically the longer the series goes on, the bigger the boost. Yesterday, we got a 40% boost. Today, we get a 50% boost on our entry. So we're going to give you 2 picks for that. And then we're going to give you 3 picks for our ladder lineup. So let's get right into it and start with that extender ticket for today. We're going to start off with Donovan Mitchell, higher than 29.5 points. This is a guy who had 33 points the last game, going 1 for 11 from 3, Tyler. I am all over this one. He was 13 for 30 overall. You got to think the volume will definitely be there for Mitchell. He's been higher than that 29.5 mark, I believe 3 of 5 playoff games. Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley listed as questionable. So he could see a huge increase in usage. This is the playoffs, but he could become more of a scorer role tonight. What's your assessment of Donovan Mitchell's spot for tonight?
We've seen them without Garland, decent amount in this playoffs, and Donovan Mitchell's been having to score the ball a lot. And if he's going to take 11 threes and 30 field goal attempts in game 1, I definitely want to ride that points line. I wouldn't mind using that for the ladder also, just because of how much he's thrown the ball up.
Yeah.
The problem with going with a guy like Mitchell, though, with the ladder is I think his 25x line, is going to be high 30s and, just hard for him to hit that.
All right. Next up, the other pick for us, we're going to go to the Warriors and Kevon Looney under 7.5 points, rebounds, assists. He's not playing very much or at least he didn't in the series versus Houston. So riding the under here, Tyler, I think our fans are going to like that. There's a lot of people that are always clamoring for an under pick here. I liked it. Lower than 7.5 points, rebounds, assists. What's your assessment?
Yeah, the most he played against Houston was 14 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And versus the big man on Houston, I think it's much more likely he gets that extended run than he would against the Timberwolves. We also saw him against Memphis, where he also only played 10 games. So we have an 8-game sample size of the playoffs of them really just not wanting to go to Kevon Looney. And over the last 5, he's averaging 4.3 points, rebounds, and assists. I know it's a new series, but the only way I think Looney gets additional run is if they're scared of Rudy Gobert offensively. I don't think anybody's really scared of Rudy Gobert offensively.
All right. So those are our pick. We're going to put on an entry again on Underdog, and we're going to use that extender 50% bonus for game 2. So take advantage of that while it is available. And let's say if we go 2 for 2, one randomly selected commenter wins $20. So you got to be in it to win it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Now let's get to our ladder lineup. This is such a fun contest and has the potential for a huge payout. I think this is a really fun way to play some of these playoff picks here, Tyler. I don't know if you've played some other ones, but it's been a fun way to kind of get in on the action of the playoffs. But let's start things off with Cavs, Jarrett Allen. Higher than 13.5 points is what it is listed if you're playing Pick'em. But for a ladder, this is a nice proposition, especially given the fact that we could see three players out tonight for the Cavs, in which case we could be dealing with a nice little boost here. What's your assessment of Allen's prospects for tonight?
It's simply put, he just gets a giant boost when any of the starters are out. But the situation with Mobley specifically is he goes from 23.5 points per 100 all the way up to 26.5. And then his minutes are a little more secure to play those big time minutes as they need, a center on the court. So I like Allen, and there's a big time ceiling there.
And with a lot of these ladder lineup guys, you're kind of going high risk, but high reward. And that's especially true of our next guy, Buddy Hield. He seems to be doing well. I guess the playful banter that he has with his teammate Jimmy Butler is starting to pay off here. But 9.5 is what the Pick'em line is. LineStar's projection is 14.3. Earlier this season, he's done well against the T-Wolves, 18, 11, 27, and 4. What is your opinion of Hield and his prospects for the laddering lineup?
So let's start with the risks first, because Buddy Hield is a guy or the Warriors are a team, I should say, where they have changed their starting lineup and changed rotations consistently. So there is a little bit of risk that he's not going to be in the starting lineup. However, he started the last 4, even, 5 games ago, played a decent amount or a solid amount off the bench. I think most likely he is going to start. He played too well that last game for them to just bench him. So, but that's the risk, is he's not starting. But most likely he starts. He's been over in 3 of 5, and we know there's a giant ceiling with Buddy Hield if he gets it rolling, which he did last game. So that hot shot could roll into this one, and I want that 25x. So Buddy Hield's a nice pick.
And lastly, another guy who can get super hot, especially from 3, is Max Strus. So let's take him for our last ladder position here. And in fact, if Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter, and Evan Mobley, any one of those guys are out, listen to the usage boost that he gets, or the boost in the stats. 12% increase in usage, 20% increase in points per 100, 6% increase in rebounds, 18% increase in assists per 100. So I feel like the ceiling is there for Strus. Can he get there?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely can. I mean, guy is a solid 3-point shooter. He has games where he goes for 20, randomly. And I think DeAndre Hunter being in or out means a lot more for Strus than the other guys, just because his playing time will probably be elevated a little bit without Hunter. But regardless, I like him. The line's just a little too low for what he can do in this type of, scenario with this game where we really want that kind of outlier scorer.
All right. So you can also take the over on 8.5 rebounds and assists if you're just playing Pick'em. But for ladder purposes, we're going to go with that points total, which the highest rung is going to be 19 points. And we know he has shown the ability to get there. And as we mentioned, if he gets hot from 3 like he did it, remember when he was with Miami Heat and he had that kind of epic playoff run? So he's a guy who could definitely get there. So those are our 3, Allen, Hield, and Strus for our ladder lineup. Let us know what you guys think. If you have any locks for us, let me know in the comments. If there's any other picks, remember to check out the LineStar app for all your research needs for prop betting. We also have a new tool called the Props Optimizer that is available for free on iOS in the App Store and on Android now as well. So go check that out. It's a totally free app, and you can look up Underdog specifically. So see what LineStar is projecting versus what's available on Underdog. It's a really great tool. So go download it today, but also download Underdog. Again, if you haven't already, the key is to use that promo code LineStar. You'll get 1 free month of the LineStar app. So that's a great advantage of using our promo code for that. Good luck in all of your prop betting endeavors. I will be back tomorrow with Knicks props too. Excited for that. Still excited for that game 1 win, Tyler. You know what? I'll take it. I know it's going to be a tough series though. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.